What's good, YouTube? It's your man Focus back with another banger. Okay, I had to say it. Shout out to the homies. Shout out to everybody supporting me. Subscribe up to this point if you haven't, man. Make sure you do that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, man. If you don't know who I am, man, I'm Focus, hip hop artist, content creator, mainly for sports. I'm really into basketball, football. Whenever football season's in, you know, I'm there. So if you don't know who I am, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. Look at the videos. I got a journey, and I'm going to continue to give you this, man. I'm here to give y'all some free game, though, man. This is for the content creators, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a content creator in 2024, you probably started within the last 7 to 10 years. Most likely, probably the last 5 years. I say I started about 6 years ago, so it's been a journey from, you know, the beginning days when I really had no idea what I was doing, buying cameras just because I thought it was gonna work, and it didn't. So man, I got so much to talk about. I need y'all to get into the comments. Let me know the next video you would like me to do. So I'm here to give y'all free game. If you know me personally, you know that's what I love to do, man. So we here right now. We here to talk about how to charge clients for sports content. Now, if you're a photographer, most likely won't be for you. I do a lot of videos, so my opinion is going to be from the videographer standpoint, how to charge your clients, and you know, make sure you give them what they want to pay for, so you're happy, your client is happy, and everybody's happy. There's no issues. That's what we think is gonna happen. So this being my very first how-to, like, YouTube, I feel like if without me doing this, I'm not really a YouTuber. No shade to anybody out there, but if you really a YouTuber, you really sitting down and you talking to your people. So this is big for me, my very first one. So I wanna be as best at it as I can. I'm gonna give y'all 3 major points, key points, you know, on how to charge and make sure that you're happy, your client's happy, and the whole world is happy, because they gonna love the content and the art that you give to them, man. So that's the biggest thing right here, man. Okay, number 1, the best way to charge your client would be, I would say, 3 to 5 game package, man. We want to start out with a 3 to 5 game package. I know that seems like a lot, and I understand we need money, you know, right now, so some people may not be able to commit to 3 or commit to 5 games. So, you know, if it's a 1 game or 2 game, or maybe it's a rivalry game, championship game, exhibition game, you know, pickup games during the summer, 7-on-7s, things that are only gonna happen one time, but you know you'll get some good footage and some good content to give back to your client. Those really are the only time I would want to charge for 1 game. So like I said, you want to start at 3 games, 5 games, and I do that for multiple reasons. The more content that you can get is going to have a better production overall at the end of the day. You know, if you just go for 1 game and, you know, the player plays just okay, but you have 3 other games or 4 other games to film, and you'll be okay. But, you know, from experience and from, you know, talking to the homies that's out there in the creative world, there's been a lot of 1 game charges, and you know, the client might not be happy with what you give them, or you as a content creator may not be happy with what you get from your client. So to not have pressure on, first of all, you don't want to have pressure on the player at all. Like, you want to make them feel like you're not even there. You know, that's something else I could talk about down the road. But as far as your client being in the zone and making sure they perform like they need to, so the content comes out like it should, don't give them any pressure. You know, give them 3 to 5 games and be like, hey, I'm here, just do your thing. You know, so if you give them 3 games, It'll be a lot more to work with. No pressure. If you've ever had that, that time when you charge somebody for one game like I have, and going back home, like, man, I got like 3 points. I got maybe one play, a couple sleeve rolls, B roll shots. That's just not enough. But I need to pay the bills, so you beat. I'm just gonna keep it real with the world, and that's just how I go. So to avoid any troubles, any problems, give them a package to work with. That's gonna make you feel less pressure as the creator, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important. If the creator's not in the zone, not happy, not feeling like they need to, no one's gonna be happy. So as a creator, it's best for you to give your clients a package deal of more than one game, even 2 games. If we're talking basketball, even football, because football is such a slower game, things happen less sporadically. You know what I'm saying? You might have a receiver or a running back or a quarterback that you're following. You're gonna need more than one game to make that product, look real good. I'm giving y'all a great game, so just write it all down and thank me later. You feel me? So first point, more than one game, unless it's a rivalry game, championship game, exhibition, things that only happen one time, a crazy pickup game during the summer, charge for things like that. But if they're in a travel league where it's a weekend, don't charge for one game. Get the whole weekend. If they're not able to pay for that, then you'll figure it out, and we're gonna get to that later on down the road. But that's point 1. We're gonna give them more than one game, charge them by the package, ladies and gentlemen, and I promise you, when you do that, you'll be happy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, key point number 2 when charging your clients in sports content creation. Okay? All right. You need to charge on your time. And when I say time, I mean all the time, like all of it. Not a little bit, not some of it, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So, right here, you got to get to the event, and you got to get back from the event. That's time and money. So, you need to know how much it costs to fill up the tank, the Honda, whatever you pushing, fill it up off of their pockets, not yours. Okay, we're talking if you're charging your client and you want to know how to charge them. So transportation fees, that's number 1. If you don't charge off of that, you're losing. Okay, so transportation, you gotta get that nipped in the bud. So you gotta stay in a hotel. It's a weekend trip away from home, and you know that you can't afford to come back and forth, then they need to be paying for your stay. Okay? They need to be paying for your stay, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say it again, so in case you missed it. All right? So that's travel expenses right there. Okay? You need to also be charging based off the time it takes you to create. After everything's said and done, you filmed, you're done with, the groundwork. You got to get back in the studio, and you need to figure out, okay, it takes me how long to get the files from off of my camera to my computer. How long does it take me to edit my product? It could take anywhere from 2 hours to 6 hours, maybe 8 hours, depending on how, delicate you like to work. You know what I'm saying? So you need to take all of that in consideration. And at the end of the day, is how much are you worth? How much do you think you're worth? So, nobody can give you the answer for that but you. And that's something that I had to, come to realization. So my best advice on figuring out the threshold for how much you're worth, take the most money you've ever made, the highest client. Whatever they pay you, then set it there. Obviously you want to go higher than that, but just know that if you got a client that's willing to pay $2,000 for a weekend, but you got other clients that's willing to pay $80 or $100, then you pick and choose which one you feel like you want to work for. You know what I'm saying? So know how to charge based off your time, travel fees, man. that's the really the biggest thing right there, and trying to figure out things. So you need to sit down, and these could be things that you haven't experienced yet, that you might not have even worked yet to know. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is, if you thinking about getting to content creation, these are the things that you're gonna have to experience before you can say, hey, charge me this. So it's a lot of things that go into it. So I think I covered everything for number 2, as far as traveling, charging for your time. You want your travel expenses covered, and you want your time, however long it takes you to edit. And don't forget about the time it takes to load onto YouTube, or to load onto Google Drive or iCloud, whatever you uploading to send to that person. That's still time in your day that you're gonna have to dedicate to complete the mission. So all the time matters, like I said, all of it, not some of it, all of it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Key point number 3. You know what I'm saying? And this is going kind of almost contradict almost the whole video, but not really, if you get what I'm saying. So obviously, as a content creator, you're gonna want to work for money. Obviously, it takes money to do this, so you're gonna want to receive things back. So when I say this thing, don't take it the wrong way. I really don't care how you take it, because it's my opinion. So anyway, don't just listen to what I'm saying, and just understand that there's two different ways of going on with this. So you charge clients, you make your money, you pay your bills, whatever. But at the end of the day, I strongly advise, don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the money. Why do I say that? Because it's just gonna be a headache at the end of the day. So if you are a normal person, and you're normal meaning you have to go to work to make your money and to pay your bills, but you hate your job, don't quit your job thinking freelance is gonna do it, because it's not gonna do it, buddy. So keep that day job, sweat them bullets, whatever you gotta do, swing in the air when your boss turn around because you mad, whatever you gotta do. You stick through that, man, and just know it's better days on the other side. So don't quit your job for content creation ever. You know what I'm saying? So keep that day job. Make sure that that's feeding the family, that's taking care of you or whatever. So at that point, there's no need to go create for money. You don't have to go do it for the money. You can sit back and say, what do I love to do? What do I love to share? What are things that people love that I create? And how do I channel in and make that better? So, if you're chasing the dollars and you're chasing the money and you're trying to get parents to pay you for mixes and all this and that, it's just gonna be too much to deal with. You're gonna find yourself working just for money and not for the happiness, not to create. And as a creator, that's the number one thing. You gotta be happy. You know what I'm saying? So I highly encourage you to not chase the dollar on this, because the very second that you go work and you're in an environment that you put yourself in only for the money, you're almost going to be close to miserable in some way. And I'm just speaking from experience, and I'm not throwing shade to anyone that's paid me to do work, but I'm just saying circumstances, the environment, just overall are different whenever you decide to say, hey, I want to go shoot this because I love this, and I don't have to go do it for the money. So like I said, this video is kind of for only sports content creators, because we have the ability to go to basketball games and see players of a higher caliber who may not pay you for their work because they don't need to. If the guy's got 500,000 followers on his Instagram, he doesn't need you for anything. So that's what I'm saying. Don't chase the money. Figure out what you're good at and figure out how to be the best at that. And that's gonna change it. You know what I'm saying? The clients will come in the long run. The right people that you work with. There is clients out there that I love to work with, you know, and they pay me good and they pay me my value, but there's not a lot. So I'm just giving free game from my experience up until this point. Don't do it for the money. Do it for the love of it. You know, if you can't afford to do it, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Everything will happen in due time. You know what I'm saying? You might miss an event that you may feel like might not happen again, but there's gonna be an event that you'll be able to make it to. So always create out of the love, man. Don't go pocket chasing, because you're gonna have parents pay you for one game, and their child may have gotten the ball 1 or 2 times, and then we sitting here like, I need my money though. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta get that bread, and you gotta sit there as a creator. You gotta sit there and make something immaculate out of nothing, and that's impossible. So I'm just here to be honest, keep it real with y'all, man. If you've been here to this point, I thank you so much, man. That's my how-to video for the week. Maybe I might drop these off weekly, you know what I'm saying, monthly. Y'all gotta give me something to talk about. Hit the comments, let me know what you want me to give you free game on next, whether that be the lens I use on the court, man. I got a lot to talk about, man. So hit the comments, and I'm here for y'all, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, man. It's your man Focus, and I'm out of here, B.